Before we get started with the presentation, I wanted to say that I'm making 3 videos for the presentation because they're going to be in 5-minute increments. It makes it easier to upload to YouTube. On that note, I decided to do my final presentation on Madness, A Bipolar Life by Maria Hornbacher. She is a very blunt and to the point writer, which really caught my attention and made it difficult to put the book down. The book is based upon her experiences with bipolar disorder. She happens to have one of the hardest types of bipolar to treat. It is bipolar 1 with rapid cycling specifiers. That basically means that she changes moods from minute to minute, and her medication dosages, which we'll discuss a little later, have to be so high that sometimes the side effects to the medicines make it difficult to stay on them and stay compliant with your medicines. Let's first start with a little bit of her history and my interpretations of the book. She can remember having mood swings as early as the age of 4, although there is some debate among professionals as to whether or not a child can have bipolar. In my opinion, and according to the author of our textbook, they can. Some of the symptoms that she demonstrated as a young child include unable to sleep at night, unable to sit still, changing from happy to bawling her eyes out within a matter of minutes, and not having friends, and just overall not doing well in her early school years. As a result of some of these things, she also developed an eating disorder at the age of 9, which I won't bring up a whole lot to say on that, except she used that as a form of mood stabilization. The binging and purging helped her control those wild mood swings that she was having at such an early age. It also did not help that her parents were basically absentee parents. They meant well, but they were so busy with the arts, and they were both in some form of the arts. I can't remember exactly what she said given the current hour, but they basically let her alone from the age of 10 and let her do her own thing. So hence where some of that developed from. She also developed a problem with alcoholism in her teenage years to combat some of the mood swings that she was having, although she didn't find out till much later that the alcohol only made the problem worse. As she got to be a teenager, her eating disorder evolved, and she had to deal with that. She managed to do better academically because she was sent to a special school that focused on her writing and arts talents that she has. But that's also when her eating disorder flared up and caused major problems. And she ended up having to go back home to Michigan to have treatment for the eating disorder. She was in a locked unit for people with severe psychiatric issues for about a year, which that's kind of freaky in this day and age. That tended to somewhat even itself out, and she ended up doing better and started the road to recovery with that. And then she wrote her first book, Wasted, which did quite well given the time frame. It was written in 1997 or 1998. But later that led to some of the other problems that she's having, which I'll discuss in part 2 of this video.